Hello and welcome. I am Navneeta Nandan from the undergraduate batch of the Department of Media Science. And I take the immense honor and privilege to sit beside the Group Head of MSL India, Mrs. Payal Sen Gupta. Thank you for being with us today, ma'am. So without any further ado, we'll dive right into the questions.
Sure.
From a graduation in economics from the Calcutta University, how did public relations happen to you?
So, economics was a subject that was very close to my heart, and I wanted to pursue. So, I did my graduation in economics, and after that, I really wanted to be a journalist. So then I realized that to become a journalist in today's world, you ought to have a professional degree. So then what happened was I had to enroll for a mass communication course, and then 2 years of post graduation happened in mass communication. In the course of mass communication, as you know, there's like a specialization. You can choose either corporate communication or PR or television or journalism, anything. So I chose public relations because that is what interested me, and yeah, then I became a PR professional.
Oh, nice. So how would you balance advocacy and objectivity in PR?
So the PR definition over the years have kind of evolved. So initially, when I started my career as a PR consultant, that point of time it was more of delivering and execution, the whatever are the brand objectives. But now what has happened is brands are also associating themselves with larger causes. So there is a scope of advocacy. So you advocate and guide a client as to what is going to suit them, what is going to work best for the brand, and accordingly you do the execution. So all I can say is that over the years it's a huge evolution that the PR industry has seen, and hence advocacy has become all the more important.
Correct. So in what direction do you foresee the public relations industry going?
Well, I think the public relations industry, a few of us had doubt that whether public relations, like public relations, whether it's going to stay or not. So, because there has been the on-road of digital, PR coming in. So, whether it is digital, whether it is traditional or social media, whatever it is, PR is here to stay, definitely. As long as people realize the potential of a brand through image building, through portraying the USPs of a brand through a cause maybe, or through some other attributes, definitely public relations is going to stay. It's not over at all, and I think it's the most informal way of reaching out to one's target audience. So that is going to remain steady.
That is true. So in March, Volkswagen became Volkswagen. So the automaker temporarily rebranded it as an early April Fool's Day prank. So how would you react to that?
So this is nothing but a PR stunt, as you know, lots of brands have tried that. If you may recall, so even Ola tried to do that. They had also tried to do an April Fool's Day kind of a prank. Yeah, it's just a PR stunt, and it's a one-day gimmick that happens. Once in a while, if brands are bold enough, they try it, and sometimes it works nicely because the word of mouth spreads really fast, and sometimes it has got a boomerang effect as well.
Yeah, correct. So how would you respond to a client who has disagreed to your PR proposal when you, through your experience, know that it would work?
Right. So, I think this is an everyday struggle that we as PR consultants face. So, we are proposing something, and then the client is not ready to listen to it. So, yes, I think there has to be enough research, there has to be enough rationale. If you explain that, then I think it's easy to convince a client. It's somewhat easy to convince a client, but being two different individuals, clients hardly see eye to eye with the PR agency. So, it is a bit challenging, but as I said, research and rationale, I think, are the two backbones through which you can convince a client.
Okay. So, when responding to media and public inquiries, what question do you find the most difficult to answer?
The most difficult question in my PR career has been exactly what I do. So, the common public, they don't understand what is PR. They have heard the term public relations, of course, but they understand PR means media. But as you know, the general public consists of many more stakeholders. It's not just the media. Media is just one of the stakeholders in public relations. There's the government, there are investors. So, lots of stakeholders are involved. So, that's one of the most difficult questions I find, that after 17, 18 years of my career in PR, when I'm still asked the question that, okay, what do you do exactly? What does your company do? So, I think that's the most difficult question that I have faced.
Unlike that, a lot of students here aspire to become, to get into the PR industry. So, any piece of advice for the newbies jumping into the industry?
Plenty of advice. That would be extremely dynamic. You have to be dynamic to survive in the PR industry. The second advice would be patience. Please have patience, be it with the media or be it with the client. You can even be on the corporate side. So, if you are a corporate communication a professional, then remember that somewhere or the other you have to deal with the media, you have to deal with the government officials. So you have got a very wide range of audience, and each set of target audience will have its own nuances. So, your patience is something that's going to go a long way and help you in your career.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your precious time. It was indeed a very insightful session, and we hope to see you again in the campus sometime soon.
Sure.
That would be a wrap up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.